In the White House, President Eisenhower signs the proclamation that makes Alaska's entry into the Union official, nearly 92 years after Lincoln's Secretary of State bought the territory from the Russian Tsar for $7 million.
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Look no further than Alaska's #1 real estate team at alaskashometeam.com. Decades of local experience, knowledge, and expertise in the competitive real estate market. Alaska's Home Team makes buying or selling your home a breeze. Give them a call today at 907-277-3777.
Lady with a Plan, your own Alaska event planner. From scouting the perfect location to planning the tiniest details, specializing in event management and production for intimate social gatherings, retreats, birthdays, bridal, and baby showers. Find Lady with a Plan on Instagram.
The Baitshack, located on Ship Creek upstream of the bridge. Can't miss the bright red shack. They're the go-to fishing gear rental and guide service on Ship Creek. Tight lines and fish on. Come hook into the action with them. Hit them up at thebaitshackak.com.
Double Shovel Cider Company, located off of Arctic and 58th. Handcrafted Alaskan-made colonial ciders. They also have a tap room downtown on the corner of 5th and E. Stop by today and taste an award-winning cider.
AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska. Built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation. Find their products such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce carts, and more at the Treehouse AK and other dispensaries around the state. Ask your local bud tender about AKO.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives. Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
Serrano's Mexican Grill, 2 locations, one on Tudor, one on Northern Lights. The Northern Lights location has their new tequila bar. Check it out. Also see their daily specials at serranosmexicangrill.com.
Lawn Pro AK, Alaska's year-round professional property maintenance team. Services include snow and ice management, weekly lawn care, and more. Get your free estimate today at lawnproak.com. How we doing over there, Adrian? We got it. We full go now?
No, it's full send right now.
Full send, okay.
Full send.
Welcome to Alaska Wild Project, episode number 50. We are out here set up at Jewel Lake in Jewel Lake, Anchorage, Alaska. We got the Jewel Lake Jamboree being put on by the Baitshack and several other Alaska businesses and stuff like that. We have a Department of Fish and Game out here. We have Miss Alaska out here. We got a whole bunch of people out here with tents and kids and families and hot chocolate and coffee, and the weather turned out.
Oh, it just came together at the right time. Right mid setup. It stopped snowing, no wind. If I had some wood, here's some wood. I'll knock on that. Yeah, it's a perfect setup, man. I like it. So, Dustin, Adrian, Dylan, the boys. What is this? You're 34? Is this 34th annual? Is that what
this is the 34th annual Jewel Lake Jamboree. Correct.
34 years, man.
First year that is not windy or snowing or insanely cold. It's like the perfect situation. We thought it was going to be a snowy day.
Yeah, I mean, you woke up this morning, 4 or 5 inches of snow. I was like, here we go.
Oh, just going sideways. I'm like,
yeah, exactly. We pulled up and we're like, you guys, it's going to be one of those days again.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it started to get light out, and here we are.
Here we go, man.
Yeah. You can't ask for better fishing weather than this.
Oh, this is perfect. Perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful families and moms and dads, kids, grandpas, uncles out here. Most of which I noticed, man, they ain't really suited and booted for the weather today, but luckily it's like what 25. No, like you said, no wind, so it's just right for you to, put in an hour or two out here in the elements and see if you can pull a fish out of here, huh?
Yeah, it seems like they're already catching some out there. I was watching some of the kids and already out there pulling them up.
Yep. Yeah, I got a great photo of a few minutes earlier. Kid had a nice 14-incher laying there, and I said, man, you might have just gave me the coolest photo in this whole thing today, bud.
Yeah, we've had pictures have been rolling into us all morning. Yeah,
nice.
the fish, they're out there. They're being picked up.
Yep.
Fishing game, they stock this lake specifically for this event.
Yeah.
To help it kick off, so.
Yeah, and I heard it was like 3 different sessions or something like that. Is that how?
Yeah, I think it's been going like all week. The schools have been out here.
Yes.
And so they've been doing field trips.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think their field trips ended yesterday. And then it's our day, the Jamboree.
Yep.
And then that kind of ends.
They put the big ones in today?
That's what they say. That's what they say. We're going to find out, though.
We are.
Yeah, there's only one way to find out how big they are.
Is there like a weigh-in or anything that we got set up today?
No.
We didn't go that far?
No, we didn't go that far. 'Cause as you know, the regular weigh-in for the derbies.
Right?
Yeah, it's competitive. There's nothing wrong with a little competition.
Yeah.
But we try to keep this super family-oriented,
Yeah, right.
Nobody's upset because they didn't catch a fish. It's just
right.
Just come have fun.
Come out in your shorts or your slacks and your penny loafers. It's not that cold, and
that's it, man.
Come catch some fish.
Yeah, if you can be here all day or 10 minutes, whatever you could last, and everything is free.
100%
everything's free. There's providing the rods and the bait and the hot chocolate and the entertainment and everything. So if you're listening to this and you happen to miss this event this year, it's an annual thing that's going to happen, and I believe it's only going to get bigger and better as as things improve. And and did it happen last year with the COVID stuff?
It did not happen last year.
It was virtual, right?
It was a virtual jamboree. Yeah, so you would just kind of go out on your own.
Okay. Submit videos and stuff.
We had to be sensitive to the situation with the muni and everything that was going on with COVID. So it was a virtual thing. You just go catch your fish, go to the Jewel Lake Jamboree Facebook page and post pictures of you being out fishing, you know?
Yep.
And it was still a successful thing. People are tired of being cooped up in the house.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
for sure.
Get out here, get some fresh air.
Oh, yeah.
Spread out from people or do your thing and catch some fish.
That's actually one of the positives that came out of that year of supposed to be home that whole year 2020 is me and my son decided to just start ice fishing. I mean, it was really his thing that he wanted to come do it, and that was an activity that you could still do. You know,
right?
And especially in town, all these lakes are stocked and ready to go, and all the lakes in Anchorage are stocked.
Yeah, and these are literally in your backyard. I mean,
Correct.
There's houses on this lake.
Yeah.
And the backyard is this lake. And it's no more than 10 or 15-minute drive for any of us in Anchorage. And, I mean, like you said, you can still get out and do this even when you had to be cooped up. Get that fresh air.
Right.
Right.
And
feel normalcy. Makes things feel normal for a few hours.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That was important. That was important there. I mean, we had so many just like family fires in the backyard, and the little thing, and come out here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I think I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh, I might have
fires in the backyard, so you're probably going down the road of you got to spend a lot of quality family time doing things that you wouldn't normally have the opportunity to do due to work and extracurricurricular activities that are going on.
And that was another thing, because a lot of the places that were closed and store, but ADF&G was still open. And for people that don't know, they give out for rental for free. You just got to show them your ID, and they'll give you a drill, they'll give you a rod, they'll give you a sled, they'll give you all kind of stuff for free that you can rent for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever, and then you come return it. And so that families that want to get into it, if you listen to this now and you still want to go out and you don't have the gear and you're not sure that this is going to be your thing, it's not might not be everyone's thing.
Yeah, you don't got to fully commit to it.
Yeah, and just go borrow the stuff for free that the state has, and then just come out to any of the lakes and get after it.
Absolutely. I mean, you guys see the type of gear that we haul around. It's not cheap.
No,
it's an expensive hobby to have.
Yeah,
and to be able to have the opportunity to go and get that gear to try it, because not everybody likes ice fishing.
Yeah.
Right.
So you don't have to go spend several $100s
Yeah.
to see if I'm going to like a sport or a hobby or
Yeah.
not. You know, just try it out, and then once you catch a fish, you'll be addicted.
That's it.
That's
Next
it,
thing you know, you're buying a drill and a
You'll
house
be like
and a
the rest of us with thousands of dollars worth of gear to haul around in the summertime or the wintertime.
That's you know, as things progress, of course.
Right.
I wanted to mention also that the Baitshack also does guided ice fishing trips, where a lot of people might never ever heard of that. I don't know if it's fairly new, and I know that you guys have progressed that more with adding more and more trips and buying more gear so that you could take people out, and that's a wonderful way to get involved too, because you're going with people that really know what they're doing and what they're talking about, and they're going to take you to some of their really good spots in order to kind of get you excited about it. So it's be really worth it to pay whatever the fee is to go with your family for a day, and then from there, you know what I'm saying, if you want to get into it, you know, get into it, and that way you know the equipment you got to use, and you can ask all the questions like when you go with the guide that really knows.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely. You can either run a guided trip with us or a DIY type trip, or you can rent the gear from us.
Oh, perfect.
And we'll tell you like, hey, you know, go out to Sand Lake, or if you want to come to Jewel Lake on your own.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the Long Lake, whatever you want. You just don't have the gear.
Yeah.
We'll hook you up with that.
One-stop shop.
Oh, perfect.
One-stop shop.
Perfect.
Yep.
And I will say, it'd probably be worth it to go with the Baitshack, because if you go to the ADF&G, they're going to give you the hand crank one.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you do that a couple times, you're going to go want that motor.
You'd be like, yeah, I'll take that.
drill.
I'll take that
Wait.
motorized drill. That's
We're
right.
drilling 22 inches of ice. That hand auger, man.
Oh, yeah.
2 inches, you're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you guys? I've never had to drill a hole with one of those.
Oh, dude.
So I don't even know, and I don't even want to know. All right, I see guys out here doing it, and I'm like, you know,
as the saying
it's
goes,
2022, man. You know, I just save a few bucks and go get it on.
Yep. Well, there's a hand auger over there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna learn today.
I guess I might have to just go.
Learn today.
You know, actually, would be a fun little like thing to add maybe next year. If we have a whole bunch of hand ones and do like a race.
Ooh, a
like the first
competition?
person to like drill a hole, you know, and punch the hole, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Oh man, I would be sweating, dude.
That would actually.
Oh, just sweating, and then I'd have my kid. I'd be like, all right, Mateo, you're up, man. You're up. It's just stuck in there. We got to keep going. You know?
You could do different divisions. You know.
Yeah.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah. And we already got the checklist of some fun stuff for next year too, man. Because you know you always got to be proactive, forward thinking, right? And this is the first time we've had the blessing to come do this with you guys, and we're so fortunate to be part of it. And it's like, hey, this would be fun to do every year with these boys.
I think we brought the good weather too.
Yeah.
We need you to come every year.
AWP, baby, that's what we do.
We need that AWP weather for sure.
Just nice.
We got the music in the background, you know. Man, we brought it.
But yeah, no, definitely. We'd love to have you come out every year.
Oh man, this is cool.
You know, this is going to end at 3:00 today.
Yep.
But I could promise you, Dustin and I are going to be on the horn tomorrow, already planning for next year.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, in conjunction with. We got the King Derby coming up.
Yeah.
You know, in June. And then we got Kids Day. But as we're planning those, we're already planning
next year's
the Jamboree,
deal.
right? Plus the other events that we're trying to put on. And like you said, we're trying to do it was our first year to kick off the whole ice fishing guided trips.
Yep.
Perfect.
To get the community out.
Yeah.
Instead of being cooped up in the house all winter long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something that detracts people from falling in love with Alaska winters. Being cooped up in the house. There's so many outdoor activities. There's like for example, for me, like I have a bad knee, so I can't really snowboard or ski anything like that. But ice fishing is something that you can easily just walk there and do it. You know, you don't have to be doing something crazy physical like Nordic skiing or, snow machining or something crazy like that. These are basic little activities that you could do with yourself or with your kids or your family, and just get out there for a couple hours. You know.
Right. Speaking of that, there's someone with good knees right there coming through the woods. On their Nordic skis.
Yep, just skiing about.
Right. He's going to cross the lake.
He's like, what's going on over here?
That was a good move sitting on that side, man. You catching all the action right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful, perfect timing there.
Right. But I mean, yeah, no, like you said, you don't have to
do a lot,
break yourself to come out and have fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not spend a ton of money. You're not even leaving the municipality. Like,
true.
Like you said, it's 10 minutes down the street.
Yep. Right in your backyard.
Come and fish.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I've been trying to promote this as much as possible, and it's just so much fun to get out there. And one of the things, I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast, my son caught his first fish at the Jewel Lake Jamboree when he was 5 years old. Like 6 years ago, me and him came out here. He wanted to come out here for the thing, or we heard about it, and we're like, all right, we'll go out there, you know. Because when they're so little, there's not too much you can do with them, but you can definitely bring them ice fishing. And he ended up catching one of the only fish, and the news happened to be there. He's on the news. See? I got a picture from him, and he has that picture in his room of him holding that little fish up. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then,
and he's hooked.
He's hooked.
He's hooked.
That's it.
And that example is one of the prime reasons why we do what we do. I mean, yeah, we're two dudes that like to fish. Don't get it wrong, you know. But the whole community thing is these kids are our next generation.
Yeah.
To keep that going. So we have to get the kids involved now while we can. And just like Dustin will tell you, we'll come out here and watch you fish. We don't even care if we fish or not.
Yeah.
We just want to watch other people catch fish.
Yeah.
Because to watch that 5-year-old or that 2-year-old, even that 13-year-old kid, whether it's their first fish or their 100th fish, their eyes still light up the same way every single time. Whether it's a monster pike or one of the, a little
landlocked, whatever.
Yeah, say a 6-inch.
Yeah, there's no over exaggerating that either, man. It's true. Like everybody loves that tug back.
Yes.
And there's an element of it when it's under ice versus say like on a dock or on a boat or on a bank.
Correct.
There's an allure to like pulling a fish out from under the ice, which typically, like in this scenario, where it's packed with snow, you can't see.
Right.
So it's just that excitement and the mystery of pulling something out of the ice, man.
Because you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, it just makes you feel. Yeah, no, you're well said, man. Because it does. First fish, 100 fish. Right. It still feels really good to pull.
I'm 40 years old.
You still light up.
Man.
Let me go catch one of these little 6-inch trout.
Yeah. I want to get out there.
You know,
and you know what? You don't even need a rod, man. My son had some sticks that he just put a line on there and a hook, and we started fishing with like pieces of hot dog and like corn. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have the fanciest anything to just get out and get after it. Get a stick, get a string, put a little hook on it, and whatever. And most of the time they're going to buy something.
You know, like we're giving out rods today to use, and if you look at about, I don't know, 95% of the people out here using the rods that we're giving out.
Absolutely, yeah. I was photographing people, and everybody had those rods in their hands.
And they're regular little jig sticks.
Yeah.
There's no reels on them. There's no reel. Yep. So it's essentially, like you're saying, it's a stick with line.
Yeah.
It's just not a tree branch, you know?
Yeah.
But
or a paint stick.
Yeah, you don't have to have a $100 rod and a $200 reel.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, that's the beauty about it. You can get into it, practically free. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
all you need is your time and a nice jacket and some hot hands for your gloves.
That's it, man. Little hot chocolate and some coffee. That's it.
Well, thanks for coming to speak to us, Adrian.
Of course,
we appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
I want to see you get one of them little ones and bring it over here.
You're not ready for that.
Yeah, I want to see you take a bite of
shut this podcast down. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
I want to give a quick shout out to some of the sponsors here. Serrano's Mexican Grill. Since 2008, Serrano's is Anchorage's own new generation of old casino. Their menu showcases the passion and love of their rich heritage and unique family recipes that have been passed down through generations. Serrano's goal is to embrace and display traditional flavors using the best ingredients that are available. They focus on making everything from scratch. In-house menu includes handcrafted tortillas, Serrano's salsas, carne asada marinades, and chorizos. But don't take their word for it. Experience their tradition and sabor for yourself. Locations on Tudor and Northern Lights. Check out their daily specials at Serrano's Mexican Grill. And I'm actually hit them up to be out here next year.
Oh, that'd be great.
Bring the food
truck out. Yeah, man.
Hopefully, they're able to make that happen. That would be really awesome to have them out here with the tacos and stuff like that.
Well, it'd be fun this year because we kind of get a lay of the land and where we can actually get them guys set up. Because I was just watching behind us here, the parking lots are filling up. So, but we'll have to make some room for for Serrano's next year, man.
Yeah, they could just come in and we'll save a little spot for them so people can just eat, and just that just kind of extends the day. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to leave for lunch or whatever, and just get yourself some of that. And who doesn't love tacos?
Come on now, exactly. Well, who doesn't love the Treehouse AK, your one-stop dispensary located at 341 Boniface Parkway? Be sure to ask the bud tender about their deal of the day, because honestly, there's always something good on deck. And guys and gals, listen, this is where the culture lives. At the Treehouse, their dedication to servicing consumers has been developed through a lifetime of involvement in the cannabis culture. They're committed to providing the highest quality products at whatever value your budget affords, while always maintaining the deep-rooted principles that have carried them this far. Their focus is on relationships over transactions, and you can always depend on them to treat you with the respect you deserve. Hit them up at thetreehouseak.com. Please remember, you must be 21 years of age to enter the store.
Tailored Restoration, 24-hour emergency home services helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Tailored has an emergency response number with trained professionals available to help you at any time, day or night. Give them a call in Anchorage, Matsu, or Fairbanks, or make an appointment today at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Perfect, man. Yeah, this just in the 10, 15 minutes we've been on, dude, I mean, another 20 people showed up.
Yeah, there's got to be at least 600 people out here.
Yeah, I was gonna say five at least.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, he's coming with the donuts.
What do we got here,
yes.
man?
Snap. I will take one of those.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you.
We're gonna try these.
What is this, Grizzly Donuts?
Bro,
I haven't heard of them.
Grizzly Donuts.
Grizzly Donuts, Eagle River, Alaska. Okay, shout out to Grizzly Donuts.
The mayor sent you. I'm the mayor of Eagle River.
The mayor of Eagle River sent us out there, brought the Grizzly Donuts. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
For sure,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thank you. Okay, man.
So here in a minute, we're going to bring in Miss Alaska once she's done snapping pics here. I mean, everyone wants a picture with Miss Beautiful Alaska. Yeah. And then we also plan on having Department of Fish and Game come over here and give us a chat on all that. And hopefully we can get maybe some of these kids out here that have been catching their first fish to come and kind of express their feelings. So thank you for listening, guys, and we'll be back with some of those other folks.
We got camera.
Yeah, we're good to go.
All right, man.
Well, we're here with Department of Fish and Game. Can we introduce yourselves?
Sure, yeah. My name is Brittany Blaine Roth.
Okay.
My name is Donald Arthur. I'm a fisheries biologist for Fish and Game.
A.K.A. Donnie?
That is correct.
Donatello?
That's right. All the above.
Oh, you're throwing out titles now. I'm a fisheries biologist as well, and I'm the assistant area management for the Anchorage, Prince William Sound, and North Gulf Coast areas.
Oh, wow.
Oh, right on.
Well, you're covering a lot then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That keeps you busy, doesn't it?
Oh, very busy, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But this is what we like to be doing.
Sure.
Yeah, what a great turnout, and the weather turned out good, and it's not bad out here. It's not windy.
Yeah, yep.
Major improvement from midweek. Yeah, it was gusting 35 on Thursday. It was brutal.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That was funny because when we came out and we introduced ourselves earlier before we started, and I come out at like 2 in the afternoon. It was ghost town. There's no one here. And I was like, you guys were here? Like, I didn't see any evidence. I think the wind had already blown snow over all the holes.
Yeah.
So it didn't even look like anybody had even fished. And I think you guys were gone like an hour before that. So.
Yeah. Thursday we actually canceled our event. So.
Yep. Okay,
yeah, we came out Tuesday and Wednesday.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where you guys are bringing the kids from the school classes to come out and fish?
Yeah. So, little background. I guess we started this event. I think we were trying to figure it out the other day. Over 30 years, probably.
That's right.
This has been going on. So, no real title, but we do. It's ice fishing with the local Anchorage school kids. So we have schools from Anchorage School District, but we also have private schools and even homeschool kids that come out, and they sign up with us, and we give them a time slot. We get them out fishing for, ends up being about 45, 50 minutes, just long enough for the kids to get cold.
Yeah.
And then we do a bunch of groups throughout 3 or 4 days. Our typical year is actually 4 days, 4 groups a day, or 4 time slots a day, and we end up with about 2,500 kids that we get out on the ice.
Yeah. Do you have it going next week too?
Nope. Just last week was our only week.
Oh,
So
okay.
we do it 3 or 4 days of 1 week, and that's it. Just here at Jewel, historically we've done Mirror Lake and Cheney Lake as well, but logistics wise, Jewel is the best with the parking and everything else.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask how the stocking goes. Do you guys like restock it before you plan to do that week in this event?
Yeah, so these fish, they all come from the William Jack Hernandez Sport Fish Hatchery. King salmon are what we stock in the wintertime. So what we do in a typical year is the day before the event, we put around 1,000 fish in, and then we stock 2 more days after that. So like this week we stocked Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, about 1,000 fish each day. I think it ended up being.
And how do you do it?
Yeah, so there's a trail here behind us that goes right up to Jewel Lake, and they back the hatchery truck right on. They bring out a 10-inch auger and run a hose from the truck, and out the fish go right into the lake.
Oh, so it's like a hose that goes into the hole and it just dumps them all out.
Pump them in.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know it was like that. I thought you guys would like cut a hole and then like just like pour it out. I had no idea.
Yeah, same thing you do in the summertime. So the hatchery also raises rainbow trout, Arctic char, and grayling, and those all get stocked the same way, but they don't have to cut a hole in the ice. You can just dump them right into the lake. Yeah.
Go for it.
I've seen some videos of them doing like ones with airplanes, and just dropping like 1,000 fish into there. And I seen one that was like a blooper, and they like missed the lake and like half the fish, and so they had to come down and like kick them in,
They still do that aerial stocking presently for some of the remote lakes. So
they do. So they do it that way.
Yeah, that still occurs.
Or
Yeah.
helicopter.
Yep.
Oh, with a helicopter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh,
And
so you could stop and kind of hover and do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't miss the mark.
Yeah, a couple sites they 4-wheel in as well, and they have a aerator with a kind of a tank set up on the back of a 4-wheeler, and that's
that's
another way they
cool.
put them in, and they bucket them in, and yeah.
Is that right? Wow.
The tougher stockings are the ones where they have to hike in buckets of fish. Sometimes
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple miles. It's
Oh, hike it in and
Yeah,
carry
I
the
did that.
fish in the water?
Yeah, I did that this summer, Troop Lake down by Seward. So we
Yeah.
had a frame backpack, and we had
Okay.
a bucket on the back with an air. Actually, it was a bucket, and then you had a bag. It was just like kind of like a goldfish, where they put oxygen in there, and then they tied it up. And then when we got to the lake, we dumped the bag of fish in. So about a 45-minute little jaunt in there
Oh,
with
nice little workout.
Yeah, it was good.
That's
old
awesome.
fashioned way, man.
Get it done. Somehow.
Would you say that these fish that you guys are stocking will have the chance to grow and get big, or is it like most of them get caught within the wintertime?
Most of them will get caught this winter or even the spring and the summer. These are actually catchables we put in.
Okay.
So catchable size is, Donnie probably knows better than I do.
Yeah, 7 to 12 inch probably average. Sometimes you get few bigger fish that sneak in there.
Yeah, we do stock brood stock, which are used for continuing the process. Some of those get stocked in the lakes here and there. I think they put about 200 of those in Jewel Lake, and they were a little bit bigger. They were
probably some of them probably over 20 inches.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
How old is a fish? Is it's I guess farmed or raised in the process? How long does it take for that fish to get to that size?
Ooh, yeah, that'd be a good hatchery staff question.
Just a
but
guesstimate,
they do their rainbow. We'll use rainbow trout for example. They do their egg takes in December because they can alternate their life history schedule through light and temperature.
Okay.
And then so you have a couple months of incubation, and I would suspect that they're producing catchable size rainbow in probably about a year to a year and a half.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds about right.
Kings are similar in the same way.
Yeah.
My kid's school has a big tank that they grow. I'm not sure what species they have. What's the process with once those are ready to be released? Do they go in the hatchery for a little bit, or do they go right to a lake?
So they're part of the Salmon in the Classroom program, which we also do.
Yeah. They go to aquarium, and I think my kid was the one that missed the day because the weather or whatever got his class canceled.
Oh, yep, they did.
But it's all right. I take him out all the time, so he wasn't.
So you can take the whole class then next time.
Yeah.
Make it up to him for us. Yeah, so actually we do the Salmon in the Classroom program. So all the schools, not all of them, but a lot of them that come out for our ice fishing event are also doing the Salmon in the Classroom program. And so what that is, historically we've actually invited them out to the hatchery, and we actually demonstrate how to spawn salmon, similar to what they do in the hatchery. And then we give them eggs to take home. We have a special permit that we get that they're on, and they take them back and they raise them, through all the life stages, and then they become fry, and then we give them certain lakes in town they're allowed to go put them in.
Oh, so the kids actually go put them in?
Sometimes a teacher just goes and takes them.
Oh, okay, like a field trip or something to go release them?
Yeah, back in the day we had a neat kind of a salmon celebration at Taku Lake. And that's one where we'd invite them all out and do some other activities, and then they put their fish in and say goodbye. And,
Oh, wow.
And hopefully they grow up a little bit further.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Do they get to choose the lake, or you guys say we're going to put these?
Yeah, we have specific ones, just category lakes that we put certain types of fish in. There's some rules on what we stock where. Throughout the state of Alaska, different category lakes, whether or not they have an outlet or something, we don't, genetics and different things that we take into account when deciding where we're going to put fish.
Yeah. You don't want to affect any of the natural balance of things the best you can.
Right. Yeah. We have the statewide stocking plan that actually every year people from the public can actually put their input in. They can submit ideas or things if they want to actually, see fish in a certain place. They can suggest that to us. We get a lot of comments throughout the state on, what people want. Not necessarily anything we can do, but, things that we could definitely take into consideration for future stockings.
What are the all the species that you can stock?
So we've got, currently, there's Chinook salmon, rainbow trout, Arctic char at the William Jack Hernandez hatchery.
Okay.
We had grayling in the past. That program's gone right now. We've also stocked lake trout in some places, and those come from the hatchery in Fairbanks.
Wow, cool.
We also have one up there as well, and they do, what else do they do besides?
They do Arctic char, and I believe they do some king salmon or some maybe king or coho salmon. So they do have some production up there of salmon as well, but the main ones up there are Arctic char, and they raise the lake trout that we are now stocking all over the state.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's exciting. I didn't even know that was something that was ever going to happen.
Yeah, it's pretty recent, resurrection of that program.
Yeah. I have to say, Lakers are one of my favorite thing to catch. I love trolling. It's my favorite way to fish. Little rabbit hole story. I went to Paxton Lake for the first time. Lifelong Alaskan. My wife and I celebrated our 3rd anniversary, and we went up there for a week and just went camping and fishing, and we didn't catch huge Lakers, but we caught a bunch. And Lakers are to me, they're a very sensitive species. It takes a long time for them to get big. They have to be old fish, and sometimes it breaks my heart to see people pulling them out of the water and keeping them. So it makes me really, really, really excited to know that we're trying to regenerate them a little bit, and you guys are part of restocking them. I think that's fantastic.
Is Paxton a wild, or is it?
It is a wild. It is a wild lake in the Golcana drainage. Yep. Yeah. And that's what kind of the part of the purpose of the whole hatchery production and stocking is to take pressure off some of these wild stocks.
Take the pressure off, man.
Like Paxton lake trout. Well, if you have alternatives, stocked lake trout, takes a little pressure off there.
Yeah.
Is there any wild lakes in Anchorage, in the Anchorage Bowl?
No.
I mean, that have fish in them?
Let's see. Not really. I mean, a lot of these little places here in Anchorage, were these little, holes.
Yeah,
development areas that
they were
had nothing in them.
Former gravel pits that eventually filled in because they hit the water table, and things have developed parks around them, and so they made for great, stocked lakes. So that's a lot of the deal here in Anchorage for our lakes. But there's a couple wild lakes, but they typically tend to be a part of the drainages around here, like Chester and Campbell.
Okay, yeah.
We got Campbell Lake, but that's closed to fishing. But there's a couple in the Chester drainage as well, and the lagoons there are lake systems there. So
are people allowed to fish? My buddy, they own the little coffee shop down there at Westchester Lagoon. I know that you're not supposed to fish for salmon. There's signs, but I know there's trout in there. Are you allowed to fish for that there, or is it like a secret?
Look, you're going to give out secrets on
Yeah,
this?
no, I'm curious because I get asked that a lot, and my kid wants to do it, and I'm like, I'm not sure if that's legal or not. I said, when I find the guy that knows, I'm going to ask him.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The entire Chester Creek drainage is closed to salmon strictly, and there are rainbows in the Chester Creek drainage throughout the creek, both the lagoons, and a common place people fish is APU University Lake.
Oh, okay.
In fact, we've mapped that lake, so that bathymetric map is available on our Fish and Game website, and so that's a really popular one right there by where everyone walks their dogs.
Yeah. I've heard that out there you got to be careful for the otters, or what is it that's out in that water?
Yeah, there was some issue. Wildlife had some concerns. There were some otters that were, and even a beaver in the past that caused a little havoc.
A little ornery.
Yeah.
I saw an otter at Westchester the other day. I was driving by and he was like skipping along on the ice out there. I didn't know that they were out there. That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
Yeah, they seem to show up. They were at it was otters at Taku Lake too a couple of years ago. I know we're causing some issues between the dogs and the otters.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool to see.
Yeah.
I mean, just people listening, like, be aware.
Yeah,
don't let your little dog just swim in the water.
Yeah,
you got to remember, Anchorage is still in Alaska, and it's still wild, even though it's an urban setting.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we appreciate you guys coming out and answering some of our questions and being a part of this event, and hopefully we can continue to grow this and get more kids into fishing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Jamboree, and the event that we do are all just. The goal is to get kids out ice fishing. I mean, we help out with a couple summertime events as well. But ice fishing is, a lot of people hesitate. They think it's a lot harder than it is. And the little jig sticks with no reel. I mean, I bring my boys out, and it's so easy and it's fun, and just got to get a hole open, and it's a good way to spend the winter for an hour or two.
Mentioned earlier, you guys pretty much have a program, right, where folks can come and borrow some gear, I guess, right, and get out there and kind of get them into it and see if they like it. What's the best access for that, and what do you recommend for the public? And
so we refer to that as our Rod Loaner program, and we, the front office is Sportfish Information Center at the Raspberry office. They rent out salmon gear during the summer, other trout gear during the summer, but we also rent out hand augers. I believe they even have an ice fishing tent available and plenty of ice fishing rods, and just give people a chance to try it out with having to commit to the purchasing of a lot of gear, because we all know how that the initial payment out there to get the gear is
it's a good way
sometimes.
to introduce people to
exactly.
it.
Let them test the waters, really.
Right.
And visiting anyone that wants any information on some of the lakes and what's stocked at ADF&G .gov. .gov. You can go there, and it shows you the maps, the bathymetric maps of the lakes and the depths and what's stocked and when it was stocked.
History,
and then you guys put out a really nice, if you're not on the ADF&G email list, you should try to get on there, because you guys put out, I want to say it's a monthly thing that has information on fishing and what's going on. And
we actually, during the summertime, we do a weekly sport fishing report.
Oh, it's weekly in the summer.
In the summer, usually we start sometime in May through September for all the areas. I mean, anywhere you're going to go in the state typically is putting out a weekly fishing report, and we try and give a little bit of what the last week was like and what we would anticipate based on either run timing or what's being seen so far with salmon runs, or different lakes. If it seems to be fishing good somehow, with something, we'll try and put all that in the fishing report. So you can subscribe to it, or just go check it out. It's on our webpage as well.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming by and talking with us and sharing all the knowledge and wealth, and thank you for what you guys have been doing. I mean, without people like you, we wouldn't have these families and people getting into these kind of sports. It's amazing.
We're here to teach the next generation. Appreciate
awesome.
you guys having us.
Well said, Don.
Awesome.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Right on.
All right, we're back.
Back home. Justin, man, how's it going out here?
Man, it is going awesome. Thanks, guys. We're out here, the 34th annual Jewel Lake Jamboree.
34 years, man.
Looking out here, sitting on a pavilion, Jewel Lake, looking at the lake behind us. And it's just full of, Eskimo tents, ice shelters, happy anglers on the ice, jigging away.
Jet sleds.
All out there doing it.
Dylan come walking up with, a half a dozen or so pan fries ready to rock?
That's it. Them little stockers the state put in this week. He had a little handful. That's good. So he must have found the secret honey hole out there.
Yeah, man. I walked over there and got some good pictures of them over there. They found the hot spot.
That's it. That's when you Team Baitshack, we're finding the fish.
That's right, man. You guys know what's up. That's it.
We got the state trooper with us here too, right? Yeah.
Not me.
We got a guy from the inside.
FAA.
He's out here making sure you got a permit. What was that line you told me earlier? You're out here checking.
The air, right? What was that one?
Yeah. If he had a permit for using up the air or something like that, remember?
Illegal air consumption.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How you doing today, Mike? You having a good time?
Oh, I'm having fun. I've been here in the past years and just kind of messed around, and it's a lot of fun to be here, knowing all the work in the background that Dustin has done.
Yeah.
And I guess you can call them Team Baitshack.
Absolutely.
And been here, and to see all of these kids coming around here, and some of them are catching fish and some of them are not, but they all got grins.
Yeah.
And if you're out on the ice with your kid, you don't have to go looking for them. And so
That's right.
Yeah.
So this is a good time.
Absolutely.
What year did you take over the Jewel Lake Jamboree?
My first year was 2020.
2020.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slipped it in right before everything kind of popped off.
Yeah.
And 2020 we did it. Had it out here on Jewel Lake in person. Great event, big, huge turnout. Really did it like we're doing it now. Last year we went to a virtual one and did it kind of online. Well, it was kind of cool. We started great participation, and we were getting people submitting fish pics from all over the state that were out ice fishing. And that's what it's really meant about, is to get out, ice fish, engage in the sport, and just have fun with it. And as I always say, the fish are always the added bonus.
Yeah.
And this is the third year back in person, back out here at Jewel Lake. Weather's cooperating, as you gentlemen can see, and it's looking like the fish are starting to come up. I just saw another couple anglers bringing some fish up.
Yeah, that's great. Did who ran it before? Was it the state doing it?
So it's a fun kind of backstory. I'm still currently sitting as the president of the Alaska Sport Fishing Association. So 34 years ago, this started with the Alaska Sport Fishing Association by an old gentleman named Dick Feisinger.
Yeah.
And they ran it, for a while through the association, individuals' age or whatnot, or, different commitments in life. And then it kind of transferred over to another organization. They ran it for a couple of years, and then it kind of went dormant. I believe the Department of Fish and Game come out and did some limited stuff with it for a while. And then I was kind of approached like, hey, would you be interested in, teaming up or helping facilitating the event? And kind of what we do, if we're going to take it, we're going to take it and run, create the event. That's only one half. If we got the event, we could put it on paper, and blast it out there. But, we got to do more with it to get them out here. And that's right. When you come out and participate in the Jewel Lake Jamboree, it's a free event. I've got 150 jig sticks up there. The bait's free. The hot cocoa, the coffee is free. It's a free event. And
the air too, right?
Yeah, the air is still free at this time.
You got the permit for that?
Yeah.
You got a permit for consumption? Is there a consumption limit or what?
I was laying on the floor of Dustin's shop, and he and another person were spending hours preparing the bait.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot.
He was just taking a nap.
Yeah. While Dylan's over there, his hands are stained pink over there.
Yeah, we're actually. I got a couple bait coolers in there, and Mike came in. I gave him a call, like, hey, see what's going on with them. He's over there looking at my coolers. And then, we're making bait for the event, cupping it up, and, going into this last week leading up to us, crunch time. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't realize how quick it comes up, and it's like, man, we gotta get it done. So we do up 40 pounds of bait. It doesn't look like much, but it's quite a bit of bait.
Yeah, that's a lot.
40 pounds is a lot.
I mean, they're all in those individual cups, but imagine when it was all together, man. It was a pile.
It was a pile of bait that was almost, as big as this table.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I put a picture on the story that I shared your thing. You had it all pretty with the pink and the orange.
Yeah, make it look nice.
Man.
What's the orange stuff?
So that's, I fish with, caviar, I fish with Posky Bait Company. I fish on their pro staff. They're real good to me, Casey and Chris down there. Super awesome. But it's Posky fire brine. So it's a brine meant to do your baits. It's something that, I use, I believe in, and I've been using it for years. We're not changing, we're not adding scent to it. We're brining it, we're changing the colors, putting a little stiffness in it, and but it's great to have out there. It's just something different. Everyone's showing up with the store-bought shrimp. We just bring out 3 different flavors for this one. 3 different colors on this one, and the fish, see so much of what the regular shrimp, and then hit them with some orange and be like, oh, we haven't seen that.
Yeah. Spice it up for them.
That's right.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Do you sell that stuff? Like if someone was gonna go, do you have a little setup over there at the shop?
Yeah. So you've been in my, I still got that undisclosed warehouse. We're operating out of in the wintertime.
Is that the secret headquarters over there?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, man. I've been hearing about it. But.
It's you got to keep your ear low to the ground.
Okay.
You gotta be ready to make your fingers pink.
Come out with some stained up.
But it is, I sell the fire brine. I also do the fire cure, the whole Posky line of products, and the shrimp. If we have it in there, we got it for sale. And
sweet.
Lots of times, like we'll have a lot of this left over. Well, not a lot. I mean, look like there was only maybe 1 flat left, which isn't much.
Yeah,
so we get people that come through. We'll probably let them give them that little 2-ounce cup to go out and enjoy, try it, and it's cool because they go do it. They try it, and then they start researching it. Like I got a message from a guy, how do I do my shrimp? What do I do? And I explained to him, and I showed him. I told him, it's Posky baits, Posky fire brine.
Yep.
So he goes online and looks, on the Posky page, and he's like, I'm reading about it, and he goes, I got to the end, and I read who the article is from, and he goes, it's from you. And I say, but it lays it out real simple how to do it, so, and that's what we want to do is show the people how to use it, how to do it.
Yeah.
I want you to do it yourself because it's that much more fulfilling.
Absolutely.
And once you figure it out, you go out there and you're set up.
Well, that's cool that you take that approach because I know there's a lot of like secrecy and people got their special stuff that they do, and it's nice that you're out there just sharing it so that people can actually be successable when they go out there on nice.
Too, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's not in the article.
No, we keep those ones, but but I mean, for the most part, it's you do it, and it works. It proves, and it works.
Yeah.
We just got to get a few caribou calls in them and on the Patreon, see if we can get some of that.
Yeah, there we go. We'll get the secret sauce one going.
Well, the easiest way to do it is you have a teenage son.
Oh, okay.
That goes and works at the Baitshack with
there you
Dustin,
go.
and then he comes home and he
The
makes up the
inside
stuff.
scoop.
That's right. So kind of caveat, like Mike and I met be about 11 years ago with his son Nate coming around and
down at the creek.
Down at the creek, and so just watch him, and now he's what, going on 22 now.
Yeah, his 21st birthday will be in April.
Oh, okay.
And
was he the hockey player?
No, he's a basketball player.
Oh, basketball player.
player.
Okay. Because I remember the young kid we met this summer. I don't know if your boy was out when we came out.
I don't know if Nate was down there or not. I mean, he floated around a couple. No, he wasn't down.
Okay, for that.
Not for that, but.
Yeah.
We were talking to Adrian earlier and talking about like how to little things that maybe can just add to the day, and I approached him with the hand auger competition, drill a hole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get everybody out there and see who could do it the fastest with the hand auger.
Yeah.
See some of these boys. I think they got their muscles on them.
You come get wore out real quick.
Yeah.
I think just finishing. Yeah, exactly. Here, can you hold the camera?
I can hold the stopwatch.
The timer, the stopwatch.
And then just watch the sails shoot up on the power augers, right?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that's good. I mean, and that's the stuff we're looking for. You know, it's a very small group, you know, that we plan and put this stuff together, you know, and our bandwidth is only so wide.
Yeah.
You know, and I got grand schemes that I would like to have out here, like dog sleds, you know, because I want it to be, you know, for the Jewel Lake Jamboree, like come out, fish, have fun, you know, but don't just come hang out for 15 minutes, you know. I want to take your
Make
afternoon.
a day out of it.
That's right. Mm-hmm. You know, and have a bunch of fun events, you know, the hand dogger one. Yeah.
Something like that. And
Yep.
maybe get the AOK from whoever's in charge to get like some burn barrels and stuff out there, kind of like at Westchester. So that it could just, you know, those little things just extend the day. You go fishing, and then maybe you try the dog sledding thing, and maybe we get kick sled out here with some of their stuff. And if it's windy, get the kite. Maybe get a kite
out
company
here just
or
having
something.
fun.
Yeah, just enjoy the whole thing.
event.
Like I mean, you come out here in the summertime, and it's packed with all kind of people doing all kind of activities. So why can't that happen in the wintertime?
We brought the solo stoves, but as you see the flow of the day, like here it is. Here it is now, you know, mid-afternoon and 2 o'clock. You know, we've been here since 7, and this is the first I've sat down.
Yeah,
and it's just a.
You've been go, bro.
And you know, and this is just the start of the season for me.
Yeah.
But now we brought the solo stoves, and that was the intent, was to come out here, you know, and have some fires. You know, we got the grill going now. You know, and that's kind of what
I smell it.
I smell.
It's making me hungry.
And that's what we want to do, is have, you know, people coming out, you know, grilling out, you know, hanging out, having fun.
Well, that's right. You said that idea. That's actually a better idea than having like a food truck where everyone just knows that they can bring their little grill and do their own little cook-off and their own little hot dog or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Get the full gambit of, you know, different foods and ethnic grub and some other stuff going on, man. You could,
and you might, you know, you see when the kids start to get a little fussy, the young ones, you know, that could be the game changer. Like, right there, you know, something warm, and you know, now they're ready to go again, and put in the other stuff in there. It could be a lot of fun. Like, yeah.
Well, these events like this, I think, are so important because here it is February, and they really help make the winter go by.
Yeah.
That
absolutely.
You know, February and March, it typically is awful things happen in this state, and this is a way to lift spirits of kids, parents. I haven't seen anybody here without a smile.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that's true.
And
fish or not, you know, still smiling.
Yeah, and I think the timing of it is pretty right too. Like you're past the new year, you're right before spring break, right before the Ferrandi, stuff like that, and kind of get people outside to come enjoy something like this, leading up into some of those other events.
Yeah, I call it the dog days of winter. It's just kind of like where it's just kind of like hit flatlined almost.
Yeah.
And you're kind of just like, well, we're getting some daylight. That's
5 minutes extra a day.
Yeah, man. And, you know, we got out here this morning. It's a blizzard. We're like, God damn it. You know, it's going to be one of them days. And it cleared up. And you got all these happy families and everybody coming in. And you quickly forget about that. And now when you spend some time out here, soaking up a little bit of light, breathing some fresh air, starts making you get inspired for spring.
Yeah.
I start thinking like, man, I'm not super bundled up. I'm not freezing my butt off. I'm out here having some fun. There's people out here smiling, having a good time. Starts making you think about spring and summer. So yeah, it does. It kind of like tilts the scale in terms of that winter feel to start, you know, inspiring you for your summer activities and getting you, you know, going in the positive direction for that.
Well, it's also a great family event that, you know, I've seen young parents, I've seen single parents out here with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 kids, and
or in one case, a mom with 5 kids.
Yeah.
Oh man, shout out
she
to her.
She had the tray of hot chocolate, and I was just like, dang. Got some pictures of her, man. Gave her some, text her some photos.
Is there? I think we should
introduce her to Tom. He had his troop out here. He got 4 with him too. Like,
oh, there you go.
Get the full Brady bunch.
We got a full soccer team going. How about some thanks to some people that are maybe behind the scenes that didn't get a chance to? I mean, there's people working all over the place doing things.
Yeah.
What are some names that maybe we should
I don't even know where to begin, man. I mean, it's just awesome. Like, first my wife and my kid for putting up with me my long crazy hours, what I got going on, and as much as she acts like she doesn't want to come out, she, my daughter Annabelle.
What a sweetheart, man. You introduced us, and she's straight hugs right out the gate. I'm like, oh man, I like this lady.
And but then like my boy Adrian, like. He's been down since day one. Comes around, he's helping out.
That's a good dude, bro.
Like 100%, man. Like real people right there.
Yeah.
And my man Dylan's out.
D1 out here cooking them burgers up.
Oh yeah.
I got Pang and Eric from Red, White, and Blue. That's a veterans organization.
Oh, is that okay? Is that who they are? I saw them take over the table, man, and they're just doing a phenomenal job.
In, like
seamless.
Like man, just awesome. And then even Mike coming out, like out the blue. I had some people text me this morning, like, hey, they're set to volunteer, like. We're not gonna be able to make it, like the roads, the snow. It's like, oh, understood. We show up shortly after Mike shows up, and I was like, man. It was just Adrian and I early this morning, and then just some other guys. My other boy Mike is up there working the table now. Big shout out to the Department of Fish and Game. They come out.
They showed up, man.
And they didn't just bring one person. They got a team of like six people out here answering questions and passing out information
and genuinely happy to be here. And whether they're volunteering on the clock, I'm not sure, but they're here because they want to be here for this community. And I don't say that like corny or cliche. I really mean the way they're interacting with the people, the conversations that we've had with them. Absolutely beautiful folks, and they are every bit part of this and making this happen. And the vibe and everything that's coming off this thing.
Yep.
They are they contribute to that. For sure.
And then you guys coming out, we've been talking this for the AWP boys. And then, of course, I got Matson, with me, and BBNC, Bristol Bay Navy Corporation, Columbia River Tackle. Keith has always done me right. I fish his tackle. When I engage with folks in the fishing, on the products, like I fish it, I get behind it. I'm not just looking, for that, free, like I believe in them.
Yeah.
Keith has done us right, man. He really hooked the kids up for this event. And it's just awesome. Shoreside Petroleum, they've been good to me. Glad to have them with us, really about the community doing stuff.
Yeah.
Then, it goes on from there. We got Army recruiting, glad that, plus me, I'm an Army veteran, so we're kind of a natural fit. But
what's I know you got a bunch of giveaways stuff out there. You're giving away an auger, or like a full kit to just get out there and get after it on the ice. How does that work? Are you going to just draw it later and post it on Instagram?
Yeah, here in a little bit, we'll start the drawing. And what we got going on is we got a couple, what I call intro sets, small sled, hand auger, ice rod, a tackle box filled with some tackle. Yeah, and we're going to hook 2 individuals up with one of those, each. Then we got some rods. We got some St. Croix rods up there.
Nice, good quality.
We want to get you the right tools.
No expense, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
Some other stuff. We got some tackle trays, hats. You guys threw in the swag in there too. We're gonna hook them up. Yeah. What we'll do is we'll start drawing. We'll start calling. Some hopefully come up off the ice. Come get their gear. If not, we'll just make arrangements. They'll come by. They'll come by the warehouse later on, pick them up.
Make them do a little, put their hands in the pink bait.
Yeah, hey.
A little stir up. hey, toss that bait for me.
Yeah. No, it's getting that, definitely getting that time of year, So it was good to be in the warehouse making bait.
Yeah.
Because, now I'm starting to think, I've got eggs ready to go for this year. So we're about to get a jump on it.
Oh, get onto the net. What's the next event coming up?
So this right here, the Jewel Lake Jamboree kicks off the Baitshack Community Event Series. So this being the first one, starts the year off. But we go from here to we'll do our big springtime kick off the season down on Ship Creek cleanup. It's a good draw. We get 50, 75, 100 people show up. We'll fill a 10-yard dumpster up with preseason trash. Keep in mind we also do one at the end of the season.
The fall cleanup, right?
Yeah, the fall cleanup. And kind of do the same thing, load up a dumpster.
Yeah.
Then we got the first Ship Creek King. That's an event, but not so much people come. I mean, people will be down trying to catch that first fish.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get the hookup rods, reels, you know what? They're going to get the full monty. They're ready to go.
What's the earliest they've got that king?
I think around the 11th of May, 11th or 12th of May.
Yeah,
you know, 1 year. I always get the calls like, oh, you know, my cousin's brother's uncle's nephew, best friend from down the street, caught one 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. And I never discredit. Like,
Yeah. Might have happened.
Might have happened, you know. Like, but you got a picture? Well, no, we didn't take a picture. And I'm like, you know, this day and age, like.
You take a picture.
Like,
Yeah, it better be timestamped, too.
People be taking a picture of their pizza, right? You know, so if you got that first Ship Creek King, you taking a picture of it.
And I've never understood that. I don't care what you're eating. What does the fish look like?
Yeah.
Especially if you got kids and it's that early. It's like it's.
Well, and I wanted to share something real quick. I got the luxury of going down and taking lots of pictures and getting some live action. And I pulled up on some military boys. They just got stationed up here this year. They're living on base. They've been ice fishing all over the place, man. We talked ice fishing and stuff, and they pumped about coming out to the spring cleanup. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah, man, we love Baitshack. We love Dustin. We're following you guys, man. We're going to be there for the spring, the fall cleanup. He's dead set, Aiden, on winning the Derby, too. He plays fourth in the Coho. I mean, this guy is, like, full dedicated. But more than anything, man, I just thought it was so cool. He's, like, fresh, new to Alaska. You know, he's a fisherman, you know, American boy down from the States, stationed up here at J-Bear, and he can't wait to come for the cleanup, man. That's it. That's what it's all about, right?
And it really is, you know, like, and that's what I try to project out, you know, with the cleanup. That's our backyard. That's our resource. That, you know, we're the ones down there day in, day out. Like, let's keep it clean, you know, because that's the, you know, lots of times that's the first look. People traveling from out of state that fly in. They make it into Anchorage, right? And they got some time to kill before they're going north, they're going south, or something. Yeah. So they smell the water, you know, like most fishermen, and it leads them down there. And so that's the first look for a lot of tourists. So let's keep it clean. You know, there's no need to, and that's, you know,
good first impression, man.
Exactly, first impression. You know, for our state when they're up here traveling from outside, and then, you know, you get involved, you get a little more vested interest in it, and you're like, okay, like, I like this fishery down here, I like the people down here. You start to meet, and then it's like, then the business side of it, you know, like the stuff we're doing, and we make it fun. You know, we create the events, but it's one thing to create the event. You can put it out there like I was saying, but you got to have more to it. You got to invite them out, and then you got to have more to it. Yeah. And that's where, you know, the raffles, the giveaways, make it fun, some more stuff in there, so they come down, have an interaction, fun, and then they're going to come back, you know. And then, so that's kind of what, you know, with the creek down there.
Maybe an inner tube session.
Well, we can do it. Tube down there.
Well, one of the other things that was started down there by Dustin, and he had to jump through a lot of hoops to do it, was a kids-only day on the creek.
Oh, yeah, man. And we talked about that at length, man. That is a beautiful event. We love it.
And that, if it hadn't been for Dustin taking the bull by the horns on that, I don't believe it would have happened or would be happening.
Yeah.
And gone down there and see hundreds of kids in a long line and going through and getting their little packets of goodies. And, you know, sometimes they catch fish and sometimes they don't. But those kind of things are, I mean, I'm all about getting kids out fishing.
Yeah, the next generation getting into the sport.
Yeah, it's important. It's important to start them and
keep it going, man.
And start to build that love for fishing and the outdoors and all that stuff, because, you know, I seen a bumper sticker. What was the bumper sticker I said I saw? I said if they're out hunting and fishing, they're not stealing and dealing.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's, you know,
that nails it, right? That just nails it right on the head.
As I say, on the creeks and off the streets, you know, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Truth, man.
when I was growing up, you'd come home from school and you'd take a rifle or a shotgun and you would head out and go up, go out your back door and walk up the mountain. Well, where is so-and-so? Well, he's out in the woods with a gun.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
We know what he's doing. He's all right.
He's gonna bring him dinner.
And times have changed, but it's exactly right. If you're out here with the kids on the ice, you know where they are. You know what they're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't got to worry.
That's right.
And if it makes it fun, so they can come back and they can get an interest in it, then it just lasts forever. Lasts all your lifetime. And
that's true. That's true. Another thing that just came to my mind. It'd be cool to have like a running count of all the fish that get caught for the day somehow.
We're at down here.
Yeah, here at the thing. Like have it like, all right, so far we got 50, we got 57, we got 60, 800 fish got caught. You know what I'm saying? So then the next year you'd be like, oh, last year we caught 400 or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you since we started, I've seen about I'd say 20 some fish come up.
Yeah, and that's the ones we just seen.
Yeah, that's the first one. Dylan coming up, but then I've been watching others coming up. So the fish must be turning on right now. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like
just to get a tally going, maybe even like one of them bright red digital number things. You know what I'm saying? Like at the DMV now serving. Yeah, so you can see it, and then they could just have like if they get one, they just put the flag up, so like they can just be like, all right, there's another one, and just get the tally going.
For sure. No, this. and that's. I mean, that would be. People would like that. No, that's good stuff.
Yeah. So I think our goal, me and Brandon was talking about is, becoming a little bit more involved with these type of events and adding in our ideas and our time and friends of ours that we know and their time to come in and do the little things that matter. Just like you got these guys just manning the table or passing out the stuff or digging out the holes with the with the scooper and stuff like that. Like just little things like that just lead to a successful, beautiful day. But
it's also a lot of that stuff is overlooked, right? You don't really think about it.
Yeah.
Or,
all that behind the scenes.
It is. Yeah. And some, I forgot the spatulas for the grill today.
You forgot that? Like you didn't have enough going on?
Yeah, and it's just like, but it's that little stuff right there, like you said, could make the difference in it, make it that much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do. So if there's anybody out there, wants to come on board, help out,
Hey, if you're listening now and you want to get on board, give the Baitshack a email. What's the email? Baitshack at Gmail?
No, Dustin at thebaitshackak.com.
Oh, you got to go straight to the top. Baby.
Dustin at the Baitshack at gmail.com.
Oh, what's up,
AK.com.
Yeah.
Not Gmail.
Oh, not AK.com.
Get one more appearance up in the camera, huh, Adrian? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what's up.
I'm still getting
dream team.
I'm still getting past the visual I had when you said "Go Go Girl" to Dustin, and that brought an image to my mind that I just can't get rid of.
Are you talking about that 32-inch waist?
Only issue 5'3".
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I found, Andrew, I didn't know you guys existed.
Well, now you know.
That, what the Alaska Wild Project does and how it helps, and I've heard just a little bit.
These are microphones, too.
What's that?
Microphones.
Mike, don't bite that.
Bait, huh? Yeah. But, it's your guys is perpetuating what you're trying to perpetuate, and I think all of this kind of stuff needs to be brought to a higher level of awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well said.
Because there's a lot of issues at Anchorage. I don't consider Anchorage part of Alaska. It's what you got to go through to get to Alaska.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of issues that if kids were out here, if their parents were out here with them, and how to, and by out here I don't mean just this event. I mean there's lots of places to do, and how to make it more known.
Yeah.
that state of awareness? And two, how do we make it easier for parents to get their kids out here? How do we get them out of, an apartment building in Muldoon to the creek?
Yeah.
How do we get them to, maybe a lake in the valley or to any one of these events? How can we provide that service? And I don't have the answers, but I've got the questions.
Yeah. Well, that's one of our goals.
We'll do our damnedest here.
When we started is to kind of make that connection with all these things that are going on, whether it be this event or the 100 other events that are happening that maybe people don't realize are happening, and really connect the outdoors to the digital era that everyone has moved to. Everyone has a phone. Everyone has a computer. Every kid has YouTube. So, if that's the way they're getting their information, then this is the type of thing that we need to do in order to be like, hey, you can still do all that, but let's go outside for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's go do this activity or that activity to get back to it,
Bring your cell phone with you.
Yeah. Exactly. And take a picture. And it's not like back in the day where maybe you were advertising this event in the newspaper. Nobody reads the newspaper no more.
I do.
Everything's got to be in the social media. Everything's got to be social media or something.
Find one.
You still get the orange, little orange bag. It smacks your front door at 6:45 in the morning.
No, I got to go get it from a stand someplace.
The one stand that's left.
No, but you're right, and there's a lot of things. There's things out there that I don't even know what they are, like TikTok, like a podcast, like
He asked me this morning, what's a podcast?
Yeah, I did.
Well, you take this little pod and you put it on your end of your line and you cast it right on out.
Well, I thought
not a Tide Pod though. Watch out, kids.
Yeah, fish don't like to bite those much. Yeah.
Well, I thought a pod was a group of killer whales, orcas, and who would want to cast to one of those?
You better have some heavy line, man. Heavy line.
Well, you made a good point where you said you didn't know about this, whereas almost every kid nowadays probably knows about podcasts and videos, but they might not know about Nordic skiing or ice fishing or, dog sledding and these other activities that they can get into out of that little apartment that they're in, Muldoon or wherever, to realize, there's actually this whole world outside of this little neighborhood I grow up in, and a lot of this stuff is free and available for you to do and your family to do.
And you can do it right in the neighborhood too. That's the cool thing. Like, especially like living in Anchorage, what I found for me, my escape is the fishing portion, and then ice fishing is pretty cool because there's lakes all over in Anchorage, and that's one caliber fish, and then we can get into the Matsu Valley lakes, and it could be another caliber, and then we can get into the wild lakes, at snow machine access, stuff like that, and just getting, as it progresses, but it's just how easy is it, but it's the tools, how to get there. And
how to get started.
Yeah, exactly. I grew up, like, my father wasn't fishing. No, my immediate family weren't fishing, but here I am, riding my bike across town to go fishing, or fishing with my grandparents, or trying to sneak into the neighbor's vehicle when they're leaving in the morning to go fishing. And they're like, "Did you ask your dad?" I'd be like, "No." They're like, "Yeah, you can't go." I'm like, "Come on, I just want to go fish." So that's something like I'm looking at this box of jig sticks I got now. That's a good number. I'm 150. We can facilitate some stuff, and so now I'm, my wheels are turning now, on some of these other stuff, like these other programs starting to offer, like, hey, if you guys are interested, to do that, we go out with the Boys and Girls Club or something like that. Like,
that's beautiful.
Like a good sized group, because I've got plenty of augers, a little know-how how to do it, and plenty of rods, and go out, have fun. Teach them how to do it, but more importantly, getting them out, maybe onto the ice, for the first time or fishing for the first time, but getting them outside in a new environment, experiencing something new that, they may enjoy. I'll caveat one other story. This is back to the creek.
Yeah, let it rip.
It must have been 5 years ago. I guess some young kids up from California with their folks on vacation, and they came and did a guided trip with us and caught fish. Had a blast, right? Never fished before. Now we're 5 years later, And when they do their annual trip, they go different places. One of the big things they do is fishing.
Right? As part of their annual.
The kids are in it. And there's another one at the same time frame. Kid caught fish, went back home, and like I got an email, 6 months later, like, hey, my kids picked up a new hobby. Thank you. And it was fishing. And he was like into it, like
watching YouTube videos.
And that's what his dad was saying, like every day, just talking fishing. They want to go every weekend. They're fishing, and he's like, he's a city kid. Like, so now I'm taking him around, but now he's doing some stuff like fishing in the canals out back, stuff where you wouldn't think to fish, and he's catching fish and having fun.
I mean, we're so privileged to live where we are, to have access to 10 to 20 lakes, 10-minute car ride away, and they're all stocked by ADF&G, and you can get out there anytime and get after it. Like, man, what blessed to be in the position that we're in. Whereas like a kid in LA or a kid in New York City or some of these big cities, they don't got that lake to just go do it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly right.
They have to like plan a vacation to go do that activity.
And it's just, so I like to see them get out, all ages, get out and experience it, have fun, because it's a sport, share my passion and introduce them to the sport, and, it's, as we always say, who's your replacement? That's my replacement. That's the next generation coming up, casting lines.
Yeah.
Well, there's another thing out there is that this goes way beyond us, because there is the Dingle Johnson funds are the Congressman John Dingle came up with this and sponsored it. And years ago, every fishing reel, fishing rod, lure, every foot of line pays a tax to that Dingle Johnson fund. And that, they get into this big pool. And so kids out here ice fishing, somebody goes buys ice rods from Sportsman's Warehouse or wherever, a portion of that tax goes to the federal government, and it might be helping some kid in Buffalo, New York, get access to a fishing hole. It might be helping somebody that's maybe confined to a wheelchair have a ramp built, so maybe wounded veterans, those kind of folks, or anybody that needs special access to a fishing hole can have it.
It's an opportunity.
And those come from the sale of fishing gear and fishing equipment.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
That's
every piece of tackle,
every hook, lure, lead weight. It just
Dingle Johnson.
And then the funds get redistributed back to the states, right? To do some. That's where you get to some states. They'll grow fish to a certain length on state dollars. Then they'll apply the Dingle funds to that to continue to grow them up to a little bit bigger, then stock them in. Hey, it's all about how the state then
distributes it out.
How they going to how they want to spend the funds on there. Many different options, but it's a good program, But like you said, you didn't know about it, but you're in the industry.
Yeah.
But that and the money comes back to the industry.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Full circle.
Yeah, it's just a full cycle of life, really, with it when it comes to that.
And there's a similar fund for hunting.
Okay, I was just going to ask that.
Pittman Robinson.
Okay,
fund.
yeah.
And so what that is outdoors people that spend money on outdoor equipment. By the billions of dollars, those taxes go back to get our kids off the street, is my viewpoint.
Yeah.
That and the more that information gets out, that people who are opposed to sticking a steel hook in a fish's mouth, or are opposed to hunting,
gun rights and things like that,
and those kind of things, don't. A lot of them are just ignorant of the fact that this thing can help solve a lot of problems, and
on a larger scale,
on a huge scale. not just this tiny little lake
Well,
here.
it contributes in a positive way. It may not be the paradigm shift, but it is something positively influencing youth to do things other than go the wrong direction.
And that's the closest I'm going to come to talking politics on a fishing hole.
We do appreciate that, Mike. Well said, though. I mean, you brought some good facts and some knowledge. For us, stuff I didn't know, you didn't know,
I didn't know that
now
either.
our listeners.
I heard the Pittman Robinson. I didn't know that there was a similar one for the fishing.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Amazing.
Where's he from? Where was he originally a senator or something?
John Dingell, I believe he was a representative in like Michigan or something.
Okay,
yeah, I think
that makes sense.
He died a few years ago, and I think we had a senator that was also involved in helping him, and that was Ted Stevens.
Oh, okay.
That most of us know who Uncle Ted was.
Oh yeah.
And so. They just those kind of programs, I think, are essential to the perpetuating the sport.
Yeah, that's right. Well, anyone that came out today, as this podcast will come out Monday, if you're listening to it this week and you missed the event on Saturday, it's going to be an annual event that continues to happen, and there's going to be more events at the Baitshack and other Alaska Wild Project things that are going to be coming out. I really want to say thank you to Dustin and you as well about just coming out here and creating these opportunities for people to come out. And if there's anyone that is listening and wants to become involved, feel free to shoot us a message or shoot the Baitshack a DM or something like that. If you feel like you got a business that would really boost this event or you want to be involved. I mean,
or just share a story, man.
Or share a story, anything like that. I mean, it takes a village to do, an event like this. So all the help that you can get, whether you're just going to be coming out here and scooping up the ice holes or, help clean up and stuff like that, it's all really appreciated. And thank you for thinking community first, about setting this stuff up, because it's a lot of work, to make this happen. So
it is, and and it's my passion. It's what I love, and I'm gonna share it, And so someone asked me, like, with the weather today, what if no one shows up? I'm like,
still gonna be here.
I'm still gonna be here, and there'll be a few people, and I'll see some smiles, and hey, that's good for me. Whether it's one person or 1,000, we're still gonna have fun.
That's right,
and provide that opportunity. That's all we can really do is just provide the opportunities.
That's right. Well, thank you, Alaska, for supporting our thing. Thank you for everyone, all the listeners, Dustin, the Baitshack, all the other sponsors involved with that. We appreciate you, Alaska. Stay wild.
You'll remember my speaking to you of what I call your overcautiousness. Are you not overcautious when you assume that you cannot do what the enemy is constantly doing?
The Alaska Wild Project podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Tailored Restoration 24-hour emergency home services, helping Alaskans restore their dreams since 1972. Services include fire, water, mold, post-emergency cleaning, repair, and remodeling. Give them a call in Anchorage, Eagle River, Matsu, or Fairbanks. Hit them up at tailoredrestorationalaska.com.
Looking to buy or sell a home? Look no further than Alaska's #1 real estate team at alaskashometeam.com. Decades of local experience, knowledge, and expertise in a competitive real estate market. Alaska's Home Team makes buying or selling your home a breeze. Give them a call today at 907-277-3777.
Lady with the Plan, your own Alaska event planner. From scouting the perfect location to planning the tiniest details. Specializing in event management and production for intimate social gatherings, retreats, birthdays, bridal, and baby showers. Find Lady with the Plan on Instagram.
The Baitshack, located on Ship Creek upstream of the bridge. Can't miss the bright red shack. They are the go-to fishing gear rental and guide service on Ship Creek. Tight lines and fish on. Come hook into the action with them. Hit them up at thebaitshackak.com.
Double Shovel Cider Company, located off of Arctic and 58th. Handcrafted Alaskan-made colonial ciders. They also have a tap room downtown on the corner of 5th and E. Stop by today and taste an award-winning cider.
AKO Farms, located in Sitka, Alaska. Built from the ground up with concentrates as their single motivation. Find their products, such as their sugar wax, full spectrum diamond sauce carts, and more at the Treehouse AK and other dispensaries around the state. Ask your local bud tender about AKO.
TheTreehouseAK.com, located at 341 Boniface Parkway, Alaska's own and grown cannabis and CBD store. Ask the bud tender what the strain of the day is to get your 10% off. The Treehouse, where the culture lives.
Marijuana has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming and addictive. Marijuana impairs concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence. There are health risks associated with consumption of marijuana. For the use of only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children, and marijuana should not be used by women who are pregnant or breastfeeding.
Serrano's Mexican Grill, 2 locations, one on Tudor, one on Northern Lights. The Northern Lights location has their new tequila bar. Check it out. Also see their daily specials at serranosmexicangrill.com.
Lawn Pro AK, Alaska's year-round professional property maintenance team. Services include snow and ice management, weekly lawn care, and more. Get your free estimate today at lawnproak.com.
East is equal in prowess and act upon the claim. I say try. If we never try, we shall never succeed. This proposition is a simple truth, and it's too important to be lost sight of for a moment. If we cannot beat the enemy where he now is, we never can. It is all easy if our troops march as well as the enemy, and it is unmanly to say they cannot do it.